Hello everyone, today we're going to be watching Luke Belmar's secret to making $10 million. There's way more insightful stuff than this than all of my previous videos. This is the pure winner mindset, so if you scroll past this video and you already clicked off, you're going to be a loser and you're never going to win or be successful for the rest of your life. I didn't say it, he said it. I'm probably not even going to be talking this entire video because I literally just want to be fully delved in there. I fully just want to watch it and I want you guys to watch it with me. There's no need for you to click off this video. It's super educational, super important. You're here to add value. You're here to watch value. You're here to watch me add value to you. And this is going to get me to the next level to where I can improve my life and improve your life. So let's watch this video. Do those 50,000 push-ups. Let's be a billionaires. 999, man. Let's get right to it.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hit that like button, and I'm gonna share with you the secret to getting whatever it is you want in life. All right, so what is the difference between winners and losers? Well, the first one is winners win and losers lose. So write that down. If you're losing in life, it's because you're a loser, right? You're not a winner in life if you're losing. So that's the first one. So you need to identify truly who you are, okay? And if you're losing in life, it's because you're a loser. Let's just get that one right off the bat, okay? So losers lose, winners win. Simple as fuck. You're gonna remember that one? All right, good. So that's the first one. So if you're losing in life right now, it's because you're a loser. But if you're a loser, you can become a winner. So Johnny, I'm talking to you now, brother. Sounds to me like you're broke. So right now you're a loser. Now you have to identify why you're a loser, okay? Let's identify why most people lose. In order to win something in life, right? Let's say you want to win a gold medal. Let's say you want to go from $0 to $1 million. Let's say you want a specific job, or you want to, I don't know, have a specific accomplishment, or you want to travel somewhere. What do you need? One simple thing, a goal. Most of you guys are out here walking around like accidents. You have no goals in life, zero goals. Johnny, what is your goal in life, brother? Do you have a goal? Okay, do you have a goal? Well, most people are like, well, I want to get rich. Okay, well, how rich? Well, $10 million would be enough. Well, is it enough? For what? Why do you want $10 million? Well, I think it's going to make me happy. Okay, so you don't want money. What you want is happiness. No, well, I want money. Okay, so are you correlating money and happiness all in one conglomerate? Well, okay, Johnny, well, what is money? Well, I don't know what money is. Okay, perfect. So you don't know what it is. You don't know how much of it that you want. You don't really truly understand it. How are you supposed to get it? Oh, well, maybe you're going to teach me about money. I'm like, that's not how it works. What I'm going to teach you about is about goals. Now, in life, you don't need 100 goals. A lot of people are like, they have goals, right? They have goals. But in order to have goals, you need to become an autonomous individual. You cannot conform. And the opposite of courage, because courage is what is required to excel in life. Write that down. Courage is what is required to excel in life. The opposite of courage isn't cowardice. The opposite of courage is conformity. Conforming to the 99%. That is the problem, is you conform, what? To the status quo. Most individuals in life, they conform to the status quo. And the status quo is to be poor. The status quo is to be fat. The status quo is to be sad. The status quo is to be depressed. The status quo is to be a feminist. The status quo is to hate men. The status quo is to hate women. The status quo is to be a hoe. The status quo is to be an absolute peasant. Right, but that is the name of the game. The name of the game is you need to have goals in life. Now, it's very simple once you understand this principle. And the reason I know that this works is because I did it myself. A couple years ago, I said, okay, I want to make $1 million. This was, I think, in 2015. I said, I want to make $1 million. My goal wasn't just to make $1 million, but was to figure out, first of all, what money was and what was the easiest way for me to make $1 million. So I had to find and understand money. So before you select a goal, you must understand the ins and outs of every single goal, right? Of what you want to accomplish. So you want a fit body? Okay, perfect. You must study and understand what is required in order to have a fit body. Okay? So people are like, I want to make $1 million, but then you don't stick to your goal. The problem isn't making a goal. The problem is being consistent. Because unless you have consistency over a long period of time, you will not accomplish your goal. Accomplishing your goal takes time, it takes effort, it takes dedication, but it's proven that if you stick to your goal, you can achieve it. Some people, it may take 10 years, some people it may take 20, some people it may take 50. Some, very few, almost none, cannot achieve it. Now, your goal has to be established based off of your understanding of who you are and what you truly want. Now, if you're 5'1" or a midget and you say, I want to play in the NBA, well, there's a high likelihood you won't play in the NBA because your goal isn't realistic. But to me, and I truly believe this, it is highly realistic that anybody can make $1 million. I truly believe it. I have no doubt in my mind that anybody can make $1 million. To me, it makes no sense why you wouldn't. And the first goal that I realized that in order for me to do what I wanted in life, which was freedom, that's the goal, right? Freedom from the system, freedom from the bullshit, freedom from a master, right? Working a 9 to 5, somebody that feeds you for your time. We're going to talk about time. I'm going to teach you guys how to measure money. Write that down, Anthony. Teach people how to measure money. I'm going to teach you guys how to measure money. It's important to understand that your goal, okay, can't be canceled out by another 100 things that you want. So if you want 6-pack, right? You can't eat donuts. You can't drink soda. You can't not exercise. You can't not do crunches. Why? Because then you won't be able to accomplish your goal because you're selecting a ton of other things that you want to do that go against your goal. So a lot of you guys say, okay, well, I want to make money, but you don't do the things that are required in order to make money. What are those things? Education, community, hustle, reducing distractions, eliminating bad habits. These are all little things. But these little things over a long period of time will compound because consistency compounds. Is a principle of the universe, right? And once you understand this, you understand that every brick that you lay will eventually turn into a big picture. When you zoom out, the question is, do you have the blueprint of what you want to build? If the answer is no, then why the fuck are you building? Why the fuck are you building? Well, the reason you're building, right, is because you want to accomplish a goal, but most people build with no purpose. You would never build a house without a blueprint or without an architect that's already built the house before you that can show you how it can be built. So you not only need a blueprint, but you need somebody that has been able to accomplish that blueprint before. That's why I'm talking to you, because I've done it, okay? So you can understand that it's a verifiable source. Because I've done it, I can show you what I've done. I can't show you to do what I haven't done, right? But I can show you to do what I've done because it's a replicatable business model. And it's a business model because it's a mindset model. So in life, you get exactly what you put in. That is a very basic principle of life. Now, the next point, how do you measure money? How do the rich measure money versus how do the poor measure their money? Does anybody know? How do rich people measure money versus poor people? Does anybody know? In the chat, does anybody know? How does a rich person measure money and how does a poor person measure money? Does anybody know? Well, let's talk about it. Cheap versus expensive, right here. What is cheap versus what is expensive? If you go to somebody who's poor, okay? If you go to somebody who's poor and you say, hey, let's go to the Louis Vuitton store. Okay, perfect. Let me go buy $1,000, $2,000 bag, $5,000 bag. A bag would be like $3,000. Some people would tell you that it's cheap, right? Other people would tell you that's expensive. Why? Because you correlate money with the time and effort that it took you to get it. So if a $3,000 bag took you 6 weeks of work and time, you're going to measure, right, the purchase. It's not cheap or expensive, right? The lingo needs to change. It's, damn, I spent a lot of time for this money. I don't know if I want to spend it on this thing. Now if you're making $3,000 an hour, what is $3,000? So what you need to understand is that when you make money, when you earn money, you need to correlate it based on how much effort it requires you in time and energy to yield that return. Do you understand? So, I'm in the business of optimizing my return on my time. That is the business that I'm in. So I want the biggest output for the least amount of input. But in order to do that, I need to become skilled. Skilled. If you are not skillful with your time and the value of your time, how are you supposed to have more of it, right? So a lot of you guys are exchanging your most valuable asset, which is time, for an imaginary asset that is known as money. Most of you guys are expending energy. That's what the system wants you for, energy. You're an expenditure of energy, and in return, they'll give you coupons, monopoly money. Do you understand? So what you need to do now is it doesn't matter if you're an entrepreneur. It doesn't matter. If you're working 18 hours a day, right? If you're working 18 hours a day, you need to ask yourself, okay, let's say I make $1,000 and I work 10 hours a day, then my hour is worth $100. That is what your hour is worth. It doesn't matter if you make 30 grand a month. Your hour of time is capped at $100. That is what your hour is worth. So what was the first thing that I did? I said, okay, if I have my own vacation and I work 40 hours a week and I want to make $1 million a year, how many hours do I have to work and how much should my hour be worth in order for me to be a millionaire? Because what I need to realize is that the value of my hour needed to go up. I'm giving you guys some fucking sauce that you've never heard before. I'm teaching you guys how to think like billionaires, bro, up in this bitch. Give me the fucking W and hit me with the like button and the subscribe. You owe me that shit. None of this charity bullshit. All right. So I realized that my hour needed to be worth $500. Write that down. You will not be a millionaire unless your hour is worth $500. So now I needed to get rid of every single task in my life that was worth less than $500. And that is in a work schedule, right? I'm not talking about working at an 11 p.m. job at midnight or whatever on your side hustle. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about your 40-hour work week, $500. So I was like, oh shit, like, okay, I can't be out here spending 4 hours a week grocery shopping. Because if a millionaire spends 4 hours of his day grocery shopping, that's $2,000. That wasn't, oh, I spent $50 on groceries. No, I spent 4 hours this week buying bullshit when I could have been using this hour to figure out or making that $500. Guys, I'm giving you so much fucking game. God dang, bro, this is so much sauce. I'm teaching you guys how to think like a rich person. That's why you're gonna stop hanging out with broke motherfuckers, bro. That's why you're gonna stop hanging out with broke motherfuckers. Because the output, the ROI on your time ain't there. It ain't there. So why are you gonna fucking go hang out with a bozo that ain't even gonna give you level up information, bro? So don't come to me with this, I'm a high value individual when your hour and your time ain't worth shit. It ain't worth shit. I know you guys have never heard this shit. Come on. Anyways. So, I'm teaching you guys how to think like a rich motherfucker, bro. Come on. So quit hanging out with a ton of bozos that even in that hour of time, they ain't making you money or giving you information on how to make money, bro. I'm super intentional, bro. That's why you see I ain't on Johnny's schedule, bro. Because my hour's worth, right now, my hour's worth 10 grand, bro. That's how much my hour's worth. That's how much my hour's worth. 10 grand. If you want an hour of my time, and you want to say, hey, Luke, I want to book you for an hour, you got to pay me 10 racks. If not, you won't fucking see me, bro. You will not see me. You want an hour of my time, you pay me 10,000 because that's the value of my hour based off of my income. That's how I calculate my worth. But all of you are giving your fucking time for free to some motherfucker that doesn't deserve it instead of using that time to figure out how to get rich. How to get rich. No wonder, bro, you're wasting your goddamn time. Let me rephrase that. You're wasting your God-blessed time. You have this time and you just, let me give it to any bozo. So, anyways, now that we have this clear, do you understand the value of your time? So now you need to go figure out how much do I want to be making per hour? Because that's how you got to calculate it, right? That's how you got to calculate it. If you want to make $1 million a year and that's your work week, $500. That doesn't mean that you go out and somebody goes and grocery shops for you and you just sit on your phone scrolling on TikTok. No. You got to figure out how to get that bread. How to get that bread. That's the name of the game. That's the name of the game. Steph said, I'll pay you 10 grand for 1 hour. Send me a DM. I got you, big dog. Anybody else you can queue up for like next week or whatever. I don't have time for a lot of you guys besides these streams. I'm already at like 2 hours giving you guys fucking 20 grand worth of my time every single day. So subscribe in the chat. Whatever, give me a like or whatever it is that you guys do on this YouTube platform shit, and let's continue. So now that we understand that your time must be valued at a specific number, you quit wasting it. Because now you're like, oh shit, if I'm not making money with this time, then what the fuck am I doing? Now if you're gonna hang out with your loved ones, if you're out here exercising, these are high ROI things, that's one thing. But the moment that your family gets fucking out of line, bro, and they no. Man on a mission, all right? Man on a mission. I'm giving you guys, I love this shit, bro. I love this shit, bro. I'm giving you guys the sauce, and I'm fucking so happy. I'm so happy, bro, that you guys are learning, bro. I'm so happy that like shit's starting to click in your guys' brain, you know? Shit's starting to click in your guys' brain. I need you guys to send this to your friends, right? So because they need to understand that if you want to get out, bro, you got to learn these principles. So that's number one. It's cheap because you didn't have to expend a lot of time or energy in order to receive that good or service. It's expensive only if you have to expend a lot of time and money for that service. It ain't about money. It's about energy and time. That is the formula. Energy and time equals $. Now you need to figure out how to increase that $. For the energy, you got to reduce the energy, you got to reduce the time, and maximize the dollar amount. You're not going to hear this in no bullshit dropshipping course. You're not going to hear this in no bullshit social media marketing agency course because you don't understand how rich people think, bro. I'm teaching you how rich people think. So you live life based on what you believe that you're worth. You don't live life based off of the coin and the cheddar, right? That comes, but you got to measure your wealth. And eventually it'll come to you. It's very straightforward. By the way, guys, I'm going to do a brief announcement. September 14th through 19th, we are hosting a mastermind, okay, in a country in Europe that none of you guys have been in. We're highly connected in Europe. Capital Club is hosting its first European mastermind. So if you're out there, send me a DM if you're interested. It's not low ticket. This is for fucking ballers. I'm not in the business right now of talking to 12-year-olds and 15-year-olds. I'm building the largest decentralized entrepreneurial network on planet Earth known as Capital Club. So anyways, just putting that out there. DM me if you're interested in joining that shit. There's only 35 spots. About 30 of them already sold. But it's like a week-long retreat. I booked out like an entire resort, the entire beach, the restaurant. I booked out the entire thing. I got private security. I got the fucking Maybachs. I got us the speedboats. I got us the yachts. The G shit, right? The G shit. The normal, the daily stuff. The daily stuff. Because my time's worth it. You know, like, it doesn't fucking matter, bro. Fucking 10 G's for a yacht right here. Fucking 30 G's for the villa. Fucking 50 G's right here for the food. Whatever. Give me some microphones. Give me $500 because money doesn't really mean anything because I don't have to spend a whole lot of time to get it. Okay? Anyways, that's the first one. Perfect. So, now that you guys understand that you need to start valuing your time, let's move on to the next principle. The next principle is based on Newton's third law. Okay, Newton's third law. If you guys do not know Sir Isaac Newton, talked about the law of gravity, very intelligent individual. And he has his laws, right? First law of thermodynamics, second law, blah, blah, blah. And then he has his third law. It's the law that changes the world. And once you understand this law, it's going to help you utilize, if you understand how it applies not only to the universe, but it applies to your life, you'll start realizing that this doesn't just apply to the world, but it applies to you. And the law goes as follows, that for every action in life, there's an equal and opposite reaction, right? So everything that you put into the world, you'll receive in direct proportion exactly what you put out. So we see, for example, this huge move towards like masculinity and like dudes being like, I'm upset at this, at all this like terrible like narrative that's being pushed, all this feminist shit that's being pushed. And what are we getting in direct proportion? We're getting in direct proportion, the masculinity hit, blah, 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 in direct proportion to the energy that we've received, right? So it's the concept of sowing and reaping. So by universal law, and the laws don't change, they're not flexible, the laws don't just do whatever, you can't just play with the laws, these are the laws of the universe. And the law of the universe dictates that for every action, right, for every doing, there's an equal and opposite reaction, right? So if you put in the work and if you sacrifice, you'll receive in direct proportion to your effort, energy, output, and sacrifice. For the energy that you put out, you'll receive that same energy in return. So I see a lot of negativity, a lot of bullshit. I see a lot of people that are complaining. I see a lot of people that criticize, but they ain't doing shit. They're not doing anything to better their lives, nothing. Because they don't understand this very basic principle that you, my friend, you are in charge of your life. You are in charge of the decisions that you make. You're in charge of the outcome of your life. You alone. You cannot blame any other one. You can't blame any other person because when you're on your deathbed, you can't blame fucking Susie. You can't blame fucking Johnny, right? You are to blame. You are to blame for the outcome of your life, right? And I said it once and I'll say it again, that everyone is self-made, but only the rich will admit it. Everyone is self-made, but only the rich will admit it. So now what I've done is I've given power back to you. Boom. There you go, power. I've given you the ultimate freedom to decide the future of your life. That for every action, there's an equal action and opposite reaction. That what you sow, you will reap in direct proportion to that which you sowed. You don't plant fucking corn, right? Or you don't plant a watermelon seed and a fucking banana tree or banana whatever sprouts up. It doesn't work that way, right? You plant apple seeds, you're not going to get an orange tree. You'll get in direct proportion that which you plant. It's very simple. And if it happens in the natural world, and we're part of the natural world, then you need to understand that this principle stands true. And people, right, the system, wants you to believe that you are not in control, that you cannot dictate the circumstances of your life, but you actually can. You can actually dictate the circumstances of your life. So now the question is, what do I want to reap, right? What do I want? That is the goal. You need to answer that. And that answer isn't going to come easy. You got to sit down and actually ask yourself, what do I want? Okay. Now, what are you willing to do in order to get that? What are you willing to sow in order to get that return? Do you understand that there's books by billionaires that give you literally all the secrets, that give you all the sauce, how to build companies, how to manage all this shit? You got to learn it, right? You have to learn it. But unless you're willing to learn it, you're not going to win. You're not going to win. Guys, I am teaching you how to get rich here. I'm teaching you how to get rich here. Do you understand? So, if you work a job, okay? If you work a job, if you're in school, if you're in high school, if you're in middle school, I don't know who's listening to this. If you're a stay-at-home parent, if you're a mom, you got 3 kids, perfect. Figure out the time that you have in order to accomplish that goal and make sure that in that time that you have, and everybody has time. I tell people are like, bro, I don't have enough time. What do you mean you don't have enough time? Yeah, the day's not long enough. I mean, bro, you got the same 24 hours I do. Yeah, but I got responsibilities and I got this and I got that. Bro, everything in your life that you've assumed a responsibility for is self-imposed. Let me say that once again. You're not forced to do shit. Okay, now you got kids. Perfect. That was your choice. You got to deal with it. You got a job. You don't have time to do what you want to do. Fucking quit that job or quit complaining. Oh, well, I'm too tired. Bitch. You don't care about your goal. Because if you cared about your goal, you would do anything in order to accomplish it. So now that you have a goal, you have a destination, you know where you want to go, you have a starting point. So what you need to figure out, not what I need to do in the end goal, but what is the first step? What is the first step? That's all you need to know. This is all you need to know. What is the next step? For a lot of you guys, somebody said, what's some good books then? Okay, look up Luke Belmar or do medium.com/Luke Belmar. I talk about the 11 books that made me rich. I do not hide them. I'm very public about them. So you're not only in control, now you know how to measure your money. You're not going to spend your time, right? You're not going to spend your time doing things that are not going to yield the necessary ROI for your goal. And your goal doesn't just have to be money. It can be anything. If you want to be the best swimmer in the world, well, now you know that your time needs to be spent in the pool. You can't be out here hoeing around and partying if you want to be wearing the fucking gold medal at the end of the next Olympic for swimming the 100 meters, right? You have to get in the fucking pool. A lot of you guys don't want to get in the fucking pool, bro. You don't want to win. But every other person that you see winning around you, you assume that they have the same work ethic that you do, that they have the same skill set that you do, that they have the same network that you do. That's why you don't believe that it's possible. That's why a lot of you guys, many of you guys sit down and look and it's like, bro, this kid can't be a millionaire at 26. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is impossible. What? Like, it's impossible that he did that. Why? Because you are comparing myself based on your limitations. And let me tell you something, motherfucker. I ain't got no limitations. I can do whatever the fuck I want. Why? Because I told myself so. And I told myself that whatever my goal was, nothing would stop me in order to accomplish it. And most of the time, the world is not stopping you. You are stopping yourself. You just look at the 1 or 2 nuances of things that are happening around you, and you're blaming it on that. Oh, well, you know, nicotine is addicting. No. You just have the inability to put it down because you know it's affecting. Oh, yeah, but it's hard, like, I love girls too much. You love girls more than you love your goal. Therefore, that's what you're doing. And I said it before, and I'll say it again. The life that you have is the life that you chose. Whether you admit it or not, the life that you have is the life that you chose. The reason you are where you are today is because of the decisions that you made. So if you want a different life, you have to be willing to make different decisions. You have to be willing to compromise temporary gain for the accomplishment and fulfillment of your goal. That is the name of the game. Without sacrifice, there is no reward. And that is the beauty. All the things that you have to put to bed, all the things that you have to kill in order to resurrect that which you truly want. You need to be willing to sacrifice the temporary for the future. Most of you are not willing to sacrifice who you are today for who you will become. You want to blame everything around you. The circumstances, the bullshit, the inflation, that your parents did this, that the school system that, your age, but you don't sit down and fucking figure it out. You don't want to sit down there and look at yourself in the mirror and be like, okay, what do I have to do? Actually think, what do I have to do to make my goal work? And then you'll realize, oh shit, like, okay, if I want to get fit, all I have to do is eat healthy and go to the gym for a prolonged period of time. Because the blueprint is there. I just have to do that consistently because I understand that consistency compounds. And if I do it long enough, I will accomplish my goal. It is inevitable. It is inevitable. So most people do not want to assume responsibility. Because I'm a G, I'm circling it back all the way to the beginning. Because winners win and losers lose. If your life is a life of failure, it's because you are a failure. Do you understand? The reason you're poor isn't because you're poor. The reason you're poor is because you are a failure. Money does not make you successful. Money is a byproduct of being successful. The successful person makes money. The unsuccessful person says, oh, well, I'm poor, therefore I can't become successful. No, you are what you choose to be. What you think about and what you do is who you become. So you have to change what you think about, who you hang out with, and what you do with your time, and establish the parameters of your goal and only do the things that will help you accomplish your goal. Do you understand this principle of truth, ladies and gentlemen? I need this shit for all the guys listening. Clip the shit, put it on fucking TikTok. Let's wake these motherfuckers up. So I'm teaching you guys the sauce. I'm teaching you guys how to think like a winner, bro. So don't blame other people, bro. You are responsible, bro. You are responsible, and that's empowering. But the moment you mess up, you have to assume responsibility. Like, oh shit, like I fucking messed up. Oh, I can't go blame anybody else. Like maybe I'm at fault. Right? And that's what the system wants to propagate. It's all pointing fingers, victimhood mentality. It's all the other person. It's the system. It's the society. It's the culture. It's the blah, it's the blah, it's the blah. But it's never you. You are never the fault. You are never the problem. But when you start looking at your actions, like, oh shit, well, I didn't wake up on time. I'm not giving 100%. Like, I'm going 50%. And I'm assuming that other people are trying to hold me down. An imaginary man is trying to hold me down. But shit, like, I'm out here eating shit. I'm hanging out with a ton of bumps and losers. I'm fucking hoeing around all day. I'm not concentrating. I'm not educating myself. I'm not elevating myself in any way. And you expect life to just come to you by chance? You to get rich by chance? It's just gonna fucking happen to you? What type of fairy tale bullshit life do you live in? No, the life that you have needs to be a life by design. Choose a life that you want and live it based on the blueprints that thousands of people have laid before you of what it takes to be successful. And a few principles are fundamentally true across the board. You need to have the right network, so figure out how to get the right network. You need to have the right education, and you need to be consistent. Consistent. Without a goal, you will not start, but without consistency, you will not finish. Does that make sense? Do you understand? That is the principle and the big difference between being rich and being poor. Because it is not a problem, it is not a virus of the fucking pocket. It's not a disease of the pocket. Being poor and broke is a disease of the mind. Because what you think about and what you do all day long is who you become. You're not a pothead because you smoke weed. You're not a pothead because you like weed. You smoke weed all day, and that makes you a pothead. So don't come to me and be like, yeah, I'm a pothead, I smoke weed, I like my weed. No, you smoke all this weed, therefore you are a what? Pothead. But if you stop smoking weed and stop labeling yourself a pothead and started doing something else, then you would be that thing. So a lot of you guys are like, yeah, I'm a loser, bro, I don't have skills, I can't do this. But you ain't doing shit about it. You ain't changing your life. Are you a winner? Perfect. Do what the winners do. Shut the fuck up and do what the winners do. Do what the winners do. Every single time. That is the name of the game. So when you understand this principle, ladies and gentlemen, you will truly become successful. Because success to me is the persistent pursuit of your potential. If you understand that your potential is limitless, the persistent or consistent pursuit of that potential is what makes you a success. So, where do you go from here? Well, first you need to figure out your goal. That is the first thing. So sit the fuck down, turn off the phone, okay? Turn down the phone. Turn off the phone, I mean. DMs off, fuck everybody, fuck the music, fuck all the distractions, sit your ass down because your life depends on it, and be like, what is my goal? Okay, perfect. My goal is whatever it is. One goal, not a million goals, one goal. And then ask yourself, well, what do I need to do in order to get there? Write down all the ideas, every single idea. Okay, what skills do I currently have? What skills do I need? What relationships do I need? What type of leveling up do I need to do? What books are the millionaires reading that they're recommending me? Guys, I gave you fucking 11 books. 11 books. Medium.com/Luke Belmar.
Okay, guys, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, give it a drop, it a like.
Why don't you read them?
Man, this video
Well,
is
the reason you
fucking
don't read them is
amazing.
because you don't want to be a
Click
millionaire.
my last two videos on the
Because I'm telling you
screen.
the books that I read that made me
Stinkers,
rich.
bangers, stinky wetters.
So if you
Love
want to
you
get
guys,
rich like
man.
me,
Nah,
read
I'm out.
those books.
Peace.